Hello, Internet! You are watching Mr. Axebane. I'm playing Farming Simulator 22, and this is episode 2 of my Griffin Indiana series, where we build a farm from scratch, and it's day 2 also. It's just after 6 a.m. in the game, and I'm just gonna stretch after not such a great sleep. The hammock is nice, but need some back support. This is not good. It's alright though. It's alright. We don't have. Hopefully, we don't have any backbreaking work to do today. Today, I would like to get. Well, if we're lucky, we'll get a used tractor, but we may not be. Let's see. Oh, there's nothing else. I think these were already offered. Oh, I thought we'd get. Maybe it's every other day that new stuff shows up. Okay. So if we can't get another tractor today, we could still do something. We could still. The reason I thought of getting another tractor was if I get a used tractor that's a more modern tractor, I could do the harvesting of this grass that I was talking about last episode. Turn it into hay and silage. That's a lot of work, though, you guys. It's a lot of grass to cut. But of course, it will probably be pretty profitable. Of course, I'm playing with the start and spring mod. So, what is valuable right now may be different than usual. Let's see. So, we're in spring. Let's see what hay and silage even would be worth it right now. So it's going down. We're like in what are we in March? Oh, okay. So yeah, it just came down off its peak in February and January. So it's not bad. Well, let's see what 100. Normally 111 is the highest. So that's actually good right now. Maybe we should. But that's only for March. It'll drop in April. Oh, we're already in April. See, I have it set to 2 days per month, but that doesn't take effect until the next season. The way the game works, so that it doesn't screw up the timing of existing months and crops and things, I guess. All right, so we don't have much time then. We have normally we'd get 2 days per month, but we're at April, so tomorrow will be May. I know it sounds crazy. And the day after that will be June. Like, what is happening to the space-time continuum? We are experiencing technical fundamental problems. No, all right, sorry if that was too much shaking. That was probably bad. Some people go, sorry. Okay, so that means if we want to get a crop into the ground, yeah. So basically, today and tomorrow we can still plant pretty much. Oh, and we have time for soybeans. We have till June, so we have a few days. Okay. So we'd still have time probably to do hay, silage, and get some kind of crop in the ground. If we're late, we'll do soybeans. If we're not late, like if it's tomorrow, we could do corn. We could do. Probably won't try. I don't know how to do cotton or. Well, I've done sorghum. Maybe sorghum because we're gonna do horses after we start with sheep as far as animals. And I think I do want to start with some small animal presence as well as crops because I need something to make money, which I will make some off the hay and silage. So, But yeah, I want to get some income streams going because most of the time in my past games I've played, it's starting to rain. We have very little shelter. Oh, the equipment's gonna get wet. It's okay. This game doesn't simulate. Luckily, your equipment won't deteriorate from the rain. That'd be something, right? It would just take so much of it though, so it would be able to play so long before it would matter. Anyway, so if we can at least get a small field plowed within the next day or two, then we can get something in the ground crop-wise. Get a small animal pen, maybe over on the other side of the road there, like with sheep, perhaps. And yeah, so okay, since we don't have a good tractor or other equipment for sale at the moment, we could lease some stuff to get that hay and silage stuff going. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. So, I'm going to fast travel to the dealership, I think, again. And So then we need to see. Oh yeah, and if we don't, I wonder if we could use a standalone mower. It only cuts. Let's see, it cuts 2 meters wide. It might take a couple days to cut that, and that's $380,000. So even just to lease it, let's just see. Bet it will be prohibitively, yeah, almost 20,000 just to lease it, just to get started, and plus whatever fees if we use it a lot today, or if we use it more than one day. So I have to go with something simpler, and I don't think I can attach the front mower to the vintage tractor I've got. All right, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pause the video here or pause recording here and figure out what I could use to get this field, because it might take me a minute, and then I'll resume once I've got it, and I'll show you what I've got. Okay, I think I figured it out. There's so many different ways to go, and I was actually gonna make hay and silage, but if I make silage, to use the baler that requires, or to use the baler that would make balers, sorry, it would make silage bales would take too much horsepower. I don't have a strong enough tractor, and I looked at buying one. I could get one that I like, but it's over 90,000, so we'd have to go into debt right away, which we will probably have to go into debt. But for now, I'm just gonna make hay, which is actually gonna sound complicated because I need a lot of things, but most of them are gonna be pretty cheap, and I'm gonna lease them. I may buy 1 or 2 of them. So to make hay, I'm gonna need to cut the grass. And even though I can't put a mower on the front of my old style tractors, I can put it on the back. So I'm gonna get a decent one. Like this one's 70 horsepower, we've got 82. So I can lease this mower and mow the field. Then I can come back over it with a tedder. Yeah, a tedder, which will flip all the grass so that it can dry. Flips it over and instead of compacting in this wet clumps. So that'll make it into hay. The tedder will. And then we'll probably have to windrow it, because otherwise it'll take forever. So you windrow it, which is similar to the tedder, but it pulls them into a row, so it's easy to get. So you mow it, you ted it to turn it to hay, windrow it to turn it into a row, so that I can just run a baler down the row. I'll probably do this baler. Make round bales of hay, which I can pick up the best way one of the easier ways that I know of, even without a mod, is to lease this, which is expensive. I don't know how much money we're actually going to make on this, but I have a lot of grass, so hopefully it's not too bad. And we might buy some of these things so we can do this again like in a year, maybe. Oh, in 6 months maybe. Grass grows pretty quick, right? Well, in 6 months it'll be winter or something, right? Or not quite. Anyway, yeah, with this it auto load, so it'll be easy. So yeah, first we need the mower. I'll probably lease this one, because it's, like I say, it takes 70 horsepower. It's got a decent width, or working width. So we'll lease that for $688. And then I'll need to bring my tractor up here to pick that up. So here it is, ready to go. I should be able to pick that up on the back end of the tractor. So just need to fast travel back up to the farm. Luckily I have one building, which is my tent. That's the only way I can actually fast travel today. And then get one of these tractors, start it up with the enter key. We're gonna drop it with the Q key, drop the plow, and roll back to town. I'll go ahead and we'll resume recording once I'm pulling into town with the tractor. Okay, we're pulling back into town now. And the dealership is like kind of toward the middle of town, so it's a little bit here, a little ways. Not too far, but a bit of a drive. Lots of pedestrians. It seems like a lively place. It feels, like I say, like I said last episode, it feels natural and realistic, and I like it. I like this map. Which this is just the town, of course the maps, I like the towns and stuff, but what I really like is like the creeks and the little groves of trees. Oh god! Oh, thank God I wasn't a little faster. It's good thing I was sightseeing a bit there. Nice, get to see the train. Excellent. I think that only comes like every 15 minutes on this map. Oh, there's some grain. Oh, that's carrots. So that, oh, then we got some empty log trailer, train cars, something. I don't know what all this. It looks cool. It looks cool. I like it. Yeah. The train. Yay. All right. Sorry, I'm too easy. Wow, I'm too easy to please. Like you don't even. Whew. Like developers of games, just download a decent 3D model and put it on the straight line with a decent sound effect, and you will make grown men go wee, yay. At least some of them, people like me. Okay. What were we doing? Oh yeah, the mower. So we gotta get the mower, and this should work. All I gotta do is attach to the back of it, and I should be able to drive forward. I don't actually have to drive backwards, although that'd be fun. Extra level challenge. All right. Get your mow on. All right. I don't own it. I'm only renting it, which means I can treat it like crap. No, that's what people do though. That's what I've heard. Like rented vehicles, rented cars. Like people just treat them like garbage because they're like, it's not my car. I don't care about this car. I don't care about this car. Anyway. Oh my god. Okay. So probably rent this for. I try to only rent stuff for one day, you know, ideally, but probably won't be too bad to rent it for a couple days, considering how much grass we've got to cut. Okay, so I'll resume the video again once I get back to the farm. So we're on the way back to the farm, and this game, this map in particular, just look at it. I mean, I don't know, it just has a really nice natural feel. It's convincing, it's immersive, which a lot of maps are. Actually, the default maps are even pretty damn good for FS22, I think, in my opinion. Alright, so, of course we could go and get all the other equipment we need, like I said, like the tedder and the header and the tedder and the windrower and the baler and the bale loader, but actually no point in doing that until we've mowed some grass to actually to require it. So start mowing, and then of course I'm not going to record all of the mowing because that will be very tedious. Alright, where's the edge of the property? Alright, so I can go a little bit further north, and of course it'll tell me like if I'm trying to cut someone else's grass. Although it should just let me do that, and then they should pay me. Like, are you kidding me? Don't cut my grass. What are you doing cutting grass? Are you a lunatic? Anyway, alright, so I press X to unfold the mower, and then I press V to lower the mower, and then B to turn on the mower, and we do the mower. This should work. Yep, making grass. Alright, so that's the first step. Make a ton of grass. And like this I'm going kind of crooked. This mower isn't bad. It's like over 3 meters, just a hair over 3 meters, I think it was. So, and this is going fast. This is what, 14 miles per hour. This is going, and ain't bad. So I'm gonna hit B to stop mowing. Run into the tree. It's like, man, this guy does not know how to play. He said he did know how to play the game, but he don't know how to. He can't see it. Of course, we could also do this first person. That's the real immersive play. I do that. I do play like that too. I love that. All right, let's do that. And I can go ahead and close this for now with F1. Get your mowing going. When you're get your mowing going. God. When you're going with the mowing, it's a little slow in the first couple gears. It seems like now. Oh, this is 7 miles per hour. Are we going slightly uphill now? Or am I doing something wrong? I might have hit the wrong button. Anyway, we're still mowing at half the speed for some reason. I wonder why. It must be going slightly up. Doesn't look like it. I may have changed the. No, I was gonna say I may have changed the. I'm doing a terrible job with this. I was gonna say I may have changed the autopilot speed or autopilot, auto drive, you know, cruise control. I'll get it eventually. But I didn't. I wasn't even on cruise control there for half of that. Alright, so let's do this. yeah, so I'm gonna do this, and like I say, I won't record all of this, but it's pretty basic. You just do this, and then this is making rows of wet grass. Then I gotta rent the tedder to flip it all over to make hay, so that it can dry out, and then the windrower to organize it, and then yeah, the bale loader or the baler to make bales, and so on. We'll just do this one step at a time, though. I know it sounds really complicated. When I first started playing this game, I didn't know what a tedder was. I didn't know what a header was. I didn't know what a windrower was. I didn't know what. I knew what a plow was. I don't even think I'd heard of cultivators. I don't even know. That's pretty similar though, to a plow. But anyway, yeah. But after watching a few YouTube videos on it and starting to mess around with the stuff that came in the game, I've started to understand the options when it comes to that. Because there's grass, there's hay, there's silage, there's straw. It's like, whoa, dude. I mean, I knew if I had to have guessed, I would have thought there would be like a couple different kinds of bales of hay. Actually, I think it was earlier this year that I learned that hay and straw were different. That was actually because of the raised bed garden. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and keep mowing, and then I'll start recording again when I've gotten more of this done. Okay, so as I cut this, you can see that there's a lot of it I'm missing. I was gonna go back and cut that, but if it were like crops like corn or soybean or something like that, I would either cut it more carefully or harvest it more carefully, or I would go back and do it. But you know, it's just grass. It'll grow back, and as I mentioned in episode 1, there's plenty of rooms for mistakes in farming. Yes, I said rooms. That's one of the mistakes. We're sticking with it. Yes, it's a very untidy mow job. And so while I'm mowing here, I just want to go ahead and quickly mention something too. You can mention in the comments if you notice any difference. I hope it's better. I went ahead and increased the audio quality and the video quality a little bit on the recording quality options. So it should be a little bit better than episode 1, because I think, and my system seems to be handling it without any noticeable issue, like lags. Game seems smooth. So let me know if it actually is a little bit better quality than episode 1. I tried to get what I could. It's 720p and everything, but I upped the quality a little bit and the audio quality a bit too. So let me know. Let me know if that helps, please. Honestly. Okay, so I'm still mowing, but I just want to show you what it's like over here on this end of the map. It's Bush City over here. Look at all these. Okay, see now. Look at all these bushes here. I got stuck on this tree over here. And yeah, a lot of shrubberies. Gives it a nice feel. I like this map. I like this map a lot. All right, got more mowing to do. It's almost 4 p.m. in the game, so I've got a few more hours of daylight. So yeah, we'll be able to probably get this whole thing mowed. Oh, and I was going to show you a little trick if you're new to the game. It's kind of cool. You press 3, you know, you get cruise control. You probably already know that, of course. But once your cruise control's going and you're just mowing or whatever, you can actually press escape, and it keeps going. You keep on mowing, and then I can even check my property line, and I can see that I'm not even there yet. I'm not even near it. I mean, yeah, not even near it. All right, so yeah, back to mowing. a lot of grass, a lot of hay. You're gonna have a lot of hay. Ah, look at all these beautiful wildflowers that we are just mercilessly obliterating. We are just like, F you to the flowers. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Look at, there's so many though. Look at the field of flowers. I have a feeling this map might, I couldn't find out. I looked it up. I couldn't find out this map was 2K, which is what the standard maps are. I guess 2 kilometers by 2 kilometers. But, or if it's 4K, which I think is 4 kilometers by 4 kilometers, or whatever the unit of measurement the game is using for the map scale. But it feels like it might be 4K. This is a pretty big property. I mean, look at this. I still haven't reached the property line, and I'm missing so much grass there. And God, look at all this freaking grass. There's a lot of, I don't know if I've ever cut this much grass in this game at one time. I mean, But again, I usually start small, and I don't usually have one giant field or one thing like this monocrop of grass. I said I wasn't going to go back to cut grass, but I missed so much at this spot I had to go back. Alright, so I am almost to the property line, so I'm going to do a little bit more cutting. I don't know. I don't understand how this game's so satisfying. I mean, I'm fucking mowing the lawn. Mowing the lawn. That's normally the epitome of crap you don't want to do. Ever. Maybe unless maybe you're one of those people who's lucky enough to afford or work for a company that has those big mowers. I saw a guy mowing in the field one time with like a big mower, industrial kind of mower like thing. What stuck out to me was, I don't know if this guy was reckless or was normal, but he was going so fast. I was shocked. I think he was a little reckless. He may have been a little faster than you're supposed to. He was like flying through the field. I was like, watched him for a bit as we drove by, and I was like, oh my god. It's like he was racing a giant go-kart. Like, not giant, but big for a mower. Anyway. God, like, this is actually pretty fast. This is like, it's not what that guy was using, but it was like a dedicated mower. It wasn't like a tractor plus mower. But he was flying. He was fucking effing flying. I don't think I can say that. Oh, there's no way to hear that. I didn't say that. Okay, I think we are right at the edge now. Because if I can get the mowing going, and then let's see. Oh, bring up the map. Yeah, so we can see we're moving along there, and yeah, it's pretty much right at the edge, almost at the edge of our plot of land. If we zoom out too, you can it quiets down the tractor, and you can hear the wind. And oh, there's some deer. They're running. All right, just about finished mowing the lawn. I'm gonna do this part right at the edge here. I don't know, get much more. And then I'm gonna go back to the other edge, which I didn't push far enough. I didn't take as far as I could north with that one, so yeah, might as well mow as much as we can. Look how this is getting. This is a mod that I used to. It's one of the real dirt mods that adds. There's like 3 of them. One of them makes the color match what you're getting dirtied up with. So it's wet grass, so it's green. Tractor's not getting it built up yet, though. Oh, it's a little bit maybe. But the mower definitely is. Yeah, so instead of brown, that gets green. If you drive through fields of lime, which is white, it turns your wheels and your tools and tractors white instead of brown. Oh, I'm trying to mow someone else's land now. Here we go. This is what I was talking about. Alright, so I'm going to go do the northern edge of this massive, it is a pretty big field. Maybe not massive, but good size field. Yeah, we'll go and do that, and then I'll start the recording again. Alright, so if you look at the field, I've mowed right up to the edge, so the north edge and the south edge, and other than some of the bits here around the tent area and stuff, and near our road, other than that, everything's been mowed pretty much and turned into wet grass. And as you can see, it's starting to get dark. It's now about 7:30 in the evening, so I'm actually going to go ahead and drive back to town and return this mower. And, well, I was going to say I'll rent the tedder, but we would start tedding, and then it would be the next day, and have to pay the rental fees for another day. So I'll probably return this, then head back to the town, back to the farm, and pretty much be ready to sleep and wrap up the episode. Alright, so I'll resume when I get into town. Alright, we're just rolling into town now, and it's gotten dark quick. Yeah, it's about 8, almost 8, yeah, about 8 p.m. now. So the town looks like when it's lit up at night, and Sky's mostly clear. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Oh god, I almost hit the. Oh! I think I did. Well, luckily there's no fines for that sort of stuff. Are we stuck on something? What do we get going on? Oh, I should probably. I forgot to raise the mower and, jeez, and fold the mower. I could have been driving faster, I think, and it wouldn't have dragged on the sidewalk like that. Oh my gosh! Look at those graphics, though. Is it just me, or does it look really good? Which I'm easy to please with that. I think it looks good. Did I go too far? No. Okay. It's kind of hard at night to see. Okay, here we go. Sign up there. Clever Motors. Be clever. Choose clever. That's not really that clever. Sorry, Clever. It's like some guy's name. Mr. Clever. John C. Clever. I take offense to you ridiculing the sign. I'll have you know that sign was designed by my great grandfather. His name was not Clever, but his name was somewhat humorous. No, I don't know. Alright. Let's return this. I think it's over here. And we just gotta drive up here. We can hit Q. We don't have to drop it there. You could actually just go in the interface and make sure you choose the tool instead of the tractor, but this way we can't mess it up. So we're gonna turn that. There we go, and start. So then we paid the initial fee to lease it. We probably will pay a little bit of a usage fee, but we won't pay another daily rental fee for the next day, which probably isn't a whole lot. It's not like it's not as much as just to initially get it, but anyway, it'll be better this way. Oh god. And I'm gonna leave my tractor here, as crazy as that sounds, because that way I can fast travel here tomorrow and rent the tedder to make the hay. So fast travel back home. Back home. It's definitely time for bed, I'd say. We could work through the night, but like I say, I'd have to pay two days of rental fee, and I really only be getting a few hours at this point, 2 or 3 hours of the last day. So that's gonna be it for this episode, folks. Thank you again for joining me. All I did this episode basically was mow some grass. But next episode we'll start making the hay, and then we'll be baling it up, and hopefully within a day or two we'll be able to make a good chunk of money. Not a whole lot, but enough to cover some of my expenses, and then hopefully start to get a field in and start growing some crops. Alright, so thanks again for joining me. This has been Mr. Axebane. Have a great day.